I got on TikTok. I can't do the organization, can't do the decluttering on my own. So I said, let me watch these TikTok videos, right? These TikTok videos are amazing. They're intriguing with the sounds, and you're listening and you're watching, and it's hard to stop. Like, you get really, really caught up in watching these videos one after the other. And then you go to the link in their bio because you're like, oh, they did that. That's cool. This is this. And then you're buying their whole Amazon store. I did. I just bought the Amazon store. It's like they used all of these things and their house is now super organized. Not even seeing the backstory. I don't know where they started from, but I ended up with a bunch of boxes, didn't measure anything, right? And thought it would magically work. And a lot of the stuff didn't fit. So now I have some things sitting around the house, adding extra clutter and some things that I still have to send back. And sorry, I'm very big on not having to send things back. And when I have to send things back, I tend to procrastinate on it. So I came across this video on YouTube, and I'm telling you, my mind was blown on how simple she made decluttering. And so I want to share it with you, the Cliff Notes version. Welcome to another unapologetic mommy moment inside of the MommyHood.
You caught me in the act.
Mommy Moments. This episode is sponsored by Thrive After 9, a community and support system for moms who are coaches, consultants, and entrepreneurs supporting each other in a positive, safe, judgment-free zone of other like-minded women getting things done to thrive in your home and business. To find out more, go to www.thriveafter9.com. Hello, and welcome. You are tuned in to another Mommy Moment, a segment of Unapologetically Mommyhood, where we focus on things that every mom can use, relate to, and apply to thrive in their home and business. Today, we're going to talk a little bit about being able to do what feels good to you, right? And that means feeling good in your space and feeling good about yourself. So today, we're going to be talking about decluttering and organization and made simple, right? So being and feeling good about yourself is hard to do when there's clutter. And it's scientifically proven that clutter can increase stress, disrupting moods, cause negative emotions, reduce productivity, and increase procrastination. It can also affect your anxiety levels and your sleep, and these all affect your mental and physical health. So it's very hard to be physically and mentally healthy when there's a lot of clutter around and to be productive, right? So my transparency moment. I have a transparency moment right now. So I'm not good with organization. That's one of my very, very disliked things, right? I don't have a mind for it. Now, I can organize programs, I can organize systems, I can organize people, everything else, but house organization, it's a no-go. It's not good for me. So the first thing I want to talk to you about before we get into the organization is my TikTok mishaps, right? So I got on TikTok. I can't do the organization, can't do the decluttering on my own. So I said, let me watch these TikTok videos, right? These TikTok videos are amazing. They're intriguing with the sounds, and you're listening and you're watching, and it's hard to stop. Like, you get really, really caught up in watching these videos one after the other. And then you go to the link in their bio because you're like, oh, they did that. That's cool. This is this. And then you're buying their whole Amazon store. I did. I just bought the Amazon store. It's like they used all of these things and their house is now super organized. Not even seeing the backstory. I don't know where they started from, but I ended up with a bunch of boxes, didn't measure anything, right? And thought it would magically work. And a lot of the stuff didn't fit. So now I have some things sitting around the house, adding extra clutter and some things that I still have to send back. And sorry, I'm very big on not having to send things back. And when I have to send things back, I tend to procrastinate on it. So I came across this video on YouTube, and I'm telling you, my mind was blown on how simple she made decluttering. And so I want to share it with you, the Cliff Notes version, right? So she gave practical examples and a list of things to do. And the Cliff Notes, I feel, will make your life a little easier, but I'm still going to link the video in the description so that you can go watch the full video if you want the extra add-ins to see exactly how to do the things. But I just want to give you the Cliff Notes version. So first she talks about wasted time. And that's when you never have anything where you need it. You spend too much time where you're looking for those things that you need. It's called wasted time. I do it a lot because I don't know where the things are. I'm looking for them and I wasted all that time trying to find them. Also, I'm going to hang my head a little bit for saying again, going out to buy all the things to organize, and then all I have is more stuff to add to the disorganization and the clutter, right? And she talks about that. Don't go out and buy all of these things when you need to declutter your home because you're just bringing more stuff in. It's going to add to the clutter. I did all of that before I found this video, right? And I'm past spending hours on how to do something quickly to only have spent hours trying to figure out how to do it quickly, if you catch my drift. Not doing it quickly because I'm spending hours trying to figure out how to do it quickly. She talks a little bit about that. So, but these are her three main things to do to declutter. So first is the actual declutter. So I had a hard time with this because I never knew what to throw away, right? But in decluttering, you have to actually get rid of things and not just shift them around. I've done it. I've just moved things around. That's not decluttering. Things that, and you want to do things that are no longer serving you, no longer fit, no longer belong. And a big issue I had with this was the kids' clothes. Like, remember when they wore this and, oh, this is still too cute and I don't really want to get rid of it. Or I can repurpose that. That's a big one. I can repurpose that. Don't try to repurpose everything. So part of the decluttering, and I love her practicality of it. She says take 5 minutes a day to fill a bag. And not with grocery bags, fill at least like I say a 13-gallon kitchen bag. Those are the smaller trash bags. And then start with the easy stuff just so you can get going every day. Pick one area and fill up a bag. Not with your sentimental items and stuff that you don't want to lose. And don't make every item sentimental because I know we can do that. We're up there like, yeah, but this is sentimental when it's something you picked up at a garage sale or something that you got at Target and you don't really use it and you haven't used it, right? So just be able to put things in the bag. And then you won't be able to manage or maintain if you just have too much stuff around, right? And keep it as a practice to keep decluttering 5 minutes a day, fill up a bag, right? The next thing she talks about is organization. Hey, so I'm interrupting this video to tell you about this really amazing community where moms are supporting moms in a really genuine way to be a support system in not only your life, but in both your home and in your business. What's better than being with a group of like-minded women who really care about you and your success? We're talking personal development, business development, co-working, networking, and just support where we meet you where you are. We get and we got you. Check out the Thrive After 9 tribe at www.thriveafter9.com. Now, back to the episode. And creating a space for everything in your space. It's so hard to do, right? Everything, she says, needs a home. Everything needs a place where it belongs. So this really blew my mind because although I know this, I had a hard time figuring out where to put things. I was overthinking it because organization is not my jam. And I can admit that. It's not my jam. It's not what I do. So when it comes to organization, I always have somebody else do it. But watching her video made it seem a little more easy, a little more practical. And so she said to create a space for the things where you're naturally putting them down. So you have a place where you're consistently putting those things. So create space there naturally. She calls it a landing zone, right? Then she says you need a command center, a place for all your important things like your bills, your calendars, your notes, your keys, like a place for all the important stuff. That's called the command center. Then you need an actual clutter section. You need a clutter section, right? And so your clutter section is a place like an armoire, cabinet, a drawer area, somewhere where you can put the things that don't have a place yet. What? A plate that don't have a place yet, that need to be returned, or that you're just figuring out. Maybe you forgot why you bought it. You forgot why it's there. You need a place for it to go. She calls that your clutter section. You need a natural clutter section so that everywhere doesn't become a clutter section. I am such for that. Like, I will put things down and leave it there so that I can remember to put it up, right? And then don't know where I want to put it, so it's just there. So you definitely need these places. You need a command center, a landing zone, and a natural clutter section that's specifically for the cluttered things that you have to figure out. Lastly, she said you need to have a place to put everything so that you know that when this place is full, that you don't buy anymore. You know how sometimes we forget we bought something and we buy it again? I'm guilty of it. I do it all the time. I open a bag and like, oh my God, I just bought this again. Now I have like 10 of these because I keep buying them because I forgot I bought them, right? And then I don't see them. So out of sight, out of mind, right? So whether it's a basket, a drawer, or a closet, you need to put these things aside. And when that container is full, you don't buy anymore, right? You refill it as you need to. So everything has to go somewhere, right? So she said use 15 minutes a day to organize one section. She says grab one thing a day, like today I'm going to gather all the light bulbs, or I'm going to gather all the batteries, etc. For me, that's things like first aid supplies, cleaning supplies, toilet paper. Like I need to gather all of these things, put them in one place so that I know where they are and I can say, okay, I'm not going to buy any more of that for however long it lasts, right? So now we're on to step 3. This is the final step, and it's called the daily tidy up. That's what she calls it. So she says spend 10 minutes a day putting things back in their homes, right, where they're supposed to be, because we tend to just put things down where they are, and that happens in my house all the time, where people can just put things down. They don't put them back where they got them from. It drives me insane because it's creating the habit of just throwing things down when we need to be creating the habit for everyone to put things back. And that can definitely help you when everyone's creating that habit to put things back where they got it from. When things do have a home, put them back where they came from. And I promise you that when you start putting them back where they came from, she even talks about it, muscle memory, right? You'll start doing it naturally. When you pick it up and you're done with it, you'll put it back versus just putting it wherever you are and wherever you lay. And a big thing that I think will really help is she said, set a time each day to do this. Set a time each day that you're going to spend 10 minutes and set a timer to remind yourself and hold yourself accountable to spend those 10 minutes putting things back. That's your tidy up time. And again, it creates muscle memory. So you're going to start doing it naturally once you start practicing it, and you won't have to eventually do this tidy up time because you'll just naturally be putting back. And if you get everyone in your house involved, everybody will be putting it back, right? So one piece of advice that I can give you is that once you watch the videos, don't rush out and get what you see in the videos. Don't do it. I've done it in the past. I'm guilty of it, and it didn't work, right? Find out what you need first, and then the space you have first, and then do some measurements, right? And make sure you're not just buying more clutter from someone who learned and now has containers sitting around. Start with step 1 and go from there. I promise you, if you start from step 1 and go from there, you'll be good and on the right track. So my first project is a hallway closet that I want to use, and it's cluttered right now. I want to clean it out, get rid of the stuff, and then put the stuff I actually want to go there. So that's where I'm going to start. And in the past, I did my kitchen, but I'm going to redo it and start over and do it with this method because this method was amazing. I promise you, it blew my mind. It was so simple and something I'm like, why didn't I think of this? Because that's not what I do, right? That's what she does. So I want you to check out the video below if you want to see a more expanded version, get some examples and some visuals. But again, don't go out and buy all the stuff. Remember, start with step 1. Thank you for tuning in to another mommy moment on Unapologetically Mommyhood. I will see you next time.